Good evening, I'm Meg Zipper. How are you? Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
I can make it in the right.
Okay. I've been tall my entire life. It helped me stick out, made me more of an individual. But the older I grow, the more I realize I'm no longer as unique as I once thought I was. Everyone else is catching up. I'm no longer the strongest, the smartest, or even the best looking. Because there's always someone else who's just a little bit better. Individuality is important to me, but it's also one of the hardest challenges in my life. I come from a family of 7 kids. 6 of them are boys. Being one of the middle children, I know that there will always be someone who came before me who was better and more memorable, and there will always be someone who come after. I don't know how many times I've seen an old teacher or met a new one who said, "Michael? Is that you?" No one ever remembers who I am. I look like all my brothers. I act like most of my brothers, and whether it's a combination of sweaty boys and a laundry detergent, or some other factor I'm not aware of, some people even say there's a unique zipper smell. With so many things linking us together, as a child I had to become more of an extrovert in order to stand out. It was hard to get attention. I never had a room to myself. Never had a bathroom to myself. If I was late to dinner, I was lucky if there was still food left on the table. My mother used to count heads before every trip we ever went, before we ever left for a movie or an event, and twice before we ever left to return home. I've still been left behind many times. And as much as I like the welcome when mom comes back to pick me up, it was scary being a single 8-year-old in a crowded mall or an empty park. When your family is as large as mine is, it creates an identity of its own. I think people actually expect me to be like all my other brothers. Sometimes, this isn't a problem, this pre-existing image. I like being recognized and well thought of. Michael, my oldest brother, is a great guy, and he's been my best friend for as long as I can remember. I have scars from almost every time he would think of a harebrained idea to occupy our time. I remember as kids, we used to play mad scientist all the time. I was a zombie for the last of these adventures, which ended with me tumbling down the stairs wrapped in a blanket. But I wouldn't trade a minute of it, because he helped me grow into the person I am now, the one other people look up to. I look up to my older brother in many ways, and as I grow older, I realize that my younger brothers look up to me in many ways as well. Just as I would fall back on the reputation of my older brother, I have to realize that I'm creating the reputation that my younger brothers will be recognized for. I feel now the responsibility that my older brother and parents must have felt, that of furthering our family's good name and protecting the younger members of that family. I still don't stick out very much among my family, but I've come to realize that that isn't such a bad thing. Family ties are among the strongest bonds of all, and preserving them isn't a duty, it's an honor. The older I get, the more I realize it's not important whether I'm seen as a unique individual or not, as long as the connections I share with others help me be stronger than I could be alone. Thank you.